A ver si ahora sí se mueve como debería moverse. A ver, ¿dónde estoy yo? ¿Dónde estoy yo? Acá abajo. El en vivo. Ay, mi madre, le dejé el vaina del Green City.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are mentioning that crouching B goes so far, and every time that whole last just 15 seconds was just pressure, plus frames, plus frames, plus frames. But anytime you get hit by the pogo into the pull-in, especially if it's the regular version, it is only +1. So Chris is, you know, he can press crouching jab, crouching A, and able to trade and to get out of this scenario. Okay, nice jump out right there. But the thing is, Zhao Hai with the trip guard again the 2B, matching the Hokuto Maru's jump in that situation.
Ah, ya estoy de vuelta. Entonces, Xiao Hai contra Chris G. Hokuto Maru contra... Porque vaya, le dejé la miniatura que no era.
Yeah, drops the combo, but gets the target combo this time around. Nice
combito bueno de el Hokuto Maru de GG tratando de ganarle este round de Chris G. Oh no. Bueno, tratando de hacer el throw ahí.
Just right underneath. Xiao Hai was dedicated to dashing forward. This could be the rest of it. It will be the rest of it. He drops it. No way that Chris G survived with that much life left on a blow.
El torneo se acaba el sábado.
See, I feel like in that situation,
King
a lot
Arena.
of things happened. One, Chris was a little bit thirsty, and that's why he got hit by that wild punish there. But Xiao Hai actually miscalculated and put himself in overheat. That's why he couldn't extend the combo there. Okay, nice jump against the throw attempt. Chris G looking really, really good. Spend the super right here. Yes, we're going to go level 1 here.
He had access to hitting here. He had a little bit of SPG left, Justin.
He could have. He definitely could have spent it to get the extra damage. But the thing is, if you do hitting gear, you do more damage, but you lose the Oki.
Yeah, that is fair. That is fair. Having one loaded in the tank is so much more important.
Oh my god, that was so unfortunate. And it's so good for Xiao Hai right here, especially because Chris isn't overheat. He's going to be trying to jump. He's going to try to stay in the air to not be in a situation to take that guard break.
Oh, but for how long, Justin? He's still at 68%. The guard break could actually happen against
Xiao Hai.
G. And
wow, pero ven acá, pero Dios mío. Pero ahora yo tengo el internet bien. ¿Qué es lo que pasa con esta vaina hoy? Hoy me ha hecho esto. El internet está estable ahora, pero no le da la gana a esta vaina, debe ser bien. Lo voy a arreglar ahora. Ahora se frizó el navegador. Problema del tercer mundo. Déjame. No sé, está frizado, la crema. Está frizado eso. No sé qué rayo fue lo que pasó. Estoy tratando de ver. Creo que el navegador fue que se petó. Pero, ok. Estoy chequeando. No, yo tengo todo desconectado. Déjame ver. No, mentira. Tenía el Steam prendido. No sé por qué diantre está el Steam todavía funcionando. Voy a cerrar todo lo posible. Bueno, ahí se fue eso. Ya a ver qué otra cosa tengo que cerrar. No, pero esto las cosas se extreman, señores. Yo he pasado todo el día trabajando y no me da problema. Hoy, que lo necesito para algo más, comienza a dar. Incluso anoche estaba yo. La temporada de la. Sí, definitivamente. La temperatura. Ah, no, no. Tendría que chequear. Porque yo incluso antes de comenzar el en vivo, yo la reinicié. Pero está frisada. Pero una frisada que te dio. Ahora fue que entró. Bueno, déjame actualizar el en vivo. Porque no puede ser que te dando ese error. Yo no lo había hecho. No lo había hecho nunca. Por lo menos en lo que yo tengo haciendo en vivo.
Claiming himself as like a mid to long range character right out the gate, but then next thing you know, wait, look at his Revex cells.
Yes.
Look at his whole routing.
No chequeo.
Look how many plus frames he got,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he's pulling me in. Wait, I thought that was the opposite of the objective.
Yeah,
Right?
the crazy part is like Billy became popular more towards the later
Mira, otra
kind
vez.
of like half the 3 months of since
Yeah,
this game's
I
been
agree.
out
Okay.
because of this character Hokutomaru who has just been causing a
Ahora.
menace. And
Uy,
Xiao
Xiao Hai.
probably gonna close out
2-1.
the right here.
Bueno, ya.
No, using the red line super.
Xiao Hai
Yeah,
clasifica
that's
por
it.
winner.
It's Xiao Hai.
No se esperaba
Person
menos.
Everyone has their eyes on the one that can make history, and he's already getting there so close, one step at a time, making into top 8.
Saludos, Lupo.
Wild. Back-to-back EWC events and back-to-back top 8s for Shanghai. That alone is setting up the stages of history.
Yeah, that, and we're still gonna see him come back for the future because he's the reigning champion of Street Fighter
Brother,
6.
that's right. He gets to be here 3 times, twice in 1 year. And
Sí,
once as the reigning champion.
Chris G acaba de perder de Xiao Hai.
KSG's very own Shanghai making huge and bold statements here thus far for City of the Wolves. But I will say from the side of Chris G, there were some really shining and defining moments throughout the set.
No, there has been, right? Like the thing is like, sometimes I feel like he gets in his head a little bit too much, but once he gets the momentum started, once he's able to kind of like see that people get frustrated, that's where he shines, right? Because we saw him take down a Billy, we saw him take down Koji,
That's right.
but against like a person with like Xiao Hai have so much experience, it's so hard, right? That's the one thing that like Chris would have to worry about. But the thing is, he still has a shot. He's still in the lower bracket, and he's gonna have a day to think about, because which Billy is gonna fight tomorrow.
Yeah, that's going to be the main problem, right? But looking at it right now, I think Chris G, when you talk about his overall fundamentals in fighting games, you could see like where he actually was kind of shining against Xiao Hai, and it was just outside of pressure.
Yes.
Right? So long as he's able to play neutral, I think he has a very, very fair shot, if not the advantage, against someone like Xiao Hai, against someone like anybody who's playing Billy, essentially. But you're starting to really see the big weaknesses of this character that's been highlighted over and over and over again, right?
Yeah.
You see the Rev XL routes coming in from Billy, just going into, what is it, the level 2 super. It's just too much for
Saludos, Bom.
to even deal with.
The only way I can see
No, Xiao Hai, este torneo de Xiao Hai. No veo a nadie lo suficientemente fuerte para ganarle a Xiao Hai.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Rush down, smother the character. Billy's also another character that doesn't have reversal. So if you think about kind of like all the
That is
different type
fair.
of plus
That is
frames
fair.
Hokutomaru has, right? He can do like stand D feint, +3, stand D feint. Just keep abusing those scenarios and use the safe jump subs, especially if you copy a person like Mach, who's really just so strong with the safe jumps. Like, it's hard for Billy to kind of like counter in a scenario. But there's a lot of things we could talk about there, but we have to talk about this next match right here. Group B, right? Fenrich versus ZJZ. This one is insane because
Bueno, Fenrich está jugando bien. Ellos hay gente que está jugando bien, pero no lo veo.
Like,
that's right.
Because in the
No veo a nadie al nivel de Xiao Hai.
And then he went to kind of like the Brussels, the next event, and just wins that to qualify for just like EWC and SWC, right, as well. But ZJZ is also another person I would call him, he's Mr. Consistent, because he's always in top 8, but he just never got it far enough until, bam, when he finally succeeded to get that first place finish, right? So it took him a while to get there, but the thing is he made it, and he's also using a character that a lot of people thought was #1 in the game. And then maybe she's probably #4, #5, right? Hotaru herself.
That's your boo right there.
That is my boo.
That is the character you started off with. I don't know if you're still going to continue to play her.
I still play her.
Okay.
I still will play her too.
So I feel like this character selection is something really, really important to talk about because of the style that ZJZ likes to play, right?
Yes.
We talked about this even prior to the event starting. One of the more annoying plays.
Yo lo que quisiera saber, cuando si sacan a Krauser, que va a salir roto. Krauser va a salir sumamente roto. Quiero ver cómo va a ser la cosa.
Amazing fireball. She can reflect projectiles as well too.
That's huge.
Right? Amazing combo routes. Hit confirmable CNC.
Déjame ver, Lupo.
Buns in general. And also
Ojo el sushi de Delfín.
Amazing cross up.
Sí, hoy Nicole va a estar junto con Missy Lee casteando el sushi de Delfín.
Into special. So on paper, she has everything that a character needs But what I would say, the difference is why she's not shining as much compared
Bueno,
to your
comenzó esto.
Billie, Kain, Hokuto
Lo
Maru.
único malo que
I'd
yo
say
veo hasta
she's, like,
ahora es
honest
que
top
los
tier.
únicos
Don't look at me when you say
personajes
Honest,
viables
don't look at me when you
son
say that.
esos
You know,
cuatro.
like, she's still
Cain, Billy
dumb, like, she's
Kane,
still in that
Hokuto
category.
Maru
But she's just
y
honest. And look
Hotaru.
at Fenrich, the damage.
Todo el que juegue otro personaje no está de
Okay.
coro.
See, the
You're,
damage is
you're
decent now.
winning that argument only because Kain is on the screen right now.
Okay.
And that's a W you'll
But the thing
take,
is,
right?
I actually like this matchup. If I fought against a Kain player, I'm cool with fighting this matchup. The one thing
La
I will
mujer
say
de
is that
Xiao lo que
it's
quiere saber
kind of
con, para
hard
dónde
is
se va a ir de
obviously
vacaciones con el
Kain
marido
can
que ella
do-
tiene,
can
aparte
play
de
the
Xiao
same
Hai.
playstyle against every character in the game.
That is fair.
You know?
Yeah. He doesn't need to change his routes, right? He
Yeah.
doesn't need to change any sort of approach, right? As soon as he gets the knockdown, I think the rondo is going to be a big deal. Just running into it,
just
back-to-back
do
two
it.
C's, huh?
Yeah, you have to think about also
Oh, you're
how,
hella dead.
how Fenrich is doing it. He's rev dashing in a 2C, so it makes his 2C even go farther, and it's kind of like harder to check because that's the button you're looking for to whiff, so you can whiff punish back as Hotaru.
Yeah, I mean, he got hit by both, brother. He
He
even tried to
did.
back away. He didn't even try to backdash. He was just trying to walk away. So that's like one of the... Are you kidding me? Dude, that's the second time he did round start elbow.
Acompáñame a ver esta triste historia. Cómo el pobre CJC le van a dar una en la madre.
And that's cool because if you
Fenrich está en un día de campo.
rev dash, right?
Cualquiera. Uy, bueno,
Rev,
CJC.
flash kick,
Para arriba.
it
Dos.
puts him in 40% already.
Bueno.
So I'm cool with that. You can skip neutral,
Es
but
el-
you have to
Uy,
spend
uy,
resources
ya
to do
Plo
that.
murió.
So if I feel like ZZ just needs to respect it.
Diámetro,
and let him put
está-
himself in a 40%
está
scenario
difícil.
where he has to fight after that.
I was going to say, there's no way he does it a third time,
He
right?
might as well.
He put up the stop sign. He did 2C.
Nice.
He's starting to change the opening gambit a little bit.
Oh my god.
Oh, that is so detrimental to your meter and your health bar, brother.
Yeah, I wonder if he did the wrong super possibly, because that super does not have strike invo frames
Nope.
in that scenario. Nice, using the tar combo. Again, the dash. And I like the fact that he didn't cancel the red flash kick because it's really expensive to do. Okay, spends the combo, spends the hard knockdown.
Double rondo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Extra block strings on that. Let the orb out. Still plus.
A eso se le puede hacer Hyper y Just. No sé por qué nunca lo hacen cuando saben que va a venir. Está muerto él ahí. Pa. Está muerto, te dije. Eso es.
But it's not too bad. Like spending a level 1, getting the ignition super for the round ender, that is totally fine. Because look at how much bar he has going into the next round. I think being able to stock at least one is fine. If he's able to get started, which he is, the first time ZJZ has been able to open up Fenrich at the start of the round. SPG still intact as well. We're going to spend that. Ignition super. Look at the damage already.
See a rev command throw. No, Fenrich is like, get out of here. I need to let it rip sometimes. Good guard cancel.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and he tried there. He tried to command throw, but Fenrich just let it rip again.
¡Ay, falló!
Oh, luckily enough, ZJZ doesn't have to worry about the orb. Yo, just keep uppercutting through
¿Y
the
para dónde va?
Yo,
¿Y para dónde iba corriendo?
It's good. Just run it, right?
the
Run
dead
out of
run
it.
past the
Uy,
body is
uy,
actually kinda
uy.
But the thing is, Fenrich was able to call that he was going to throw a fireball against the jump. Oh,
Ya,
that
murió.
was mixed.
That was super mixed.
That was
Oh,
mixed.
No.
The reason why, I want to say, the reason why that worked is because CJC thought it was going to be a cross-up because he got crossed the
The first time, and then it felt like a double short hop, but it wasn't, right?
It was a regular first jump, which will guarantee the cross-up. But the thing is, if you hop, jump, if you hop, jump, you cannot be a cross-up. It's always same
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
So ZGC was just kind of like, he's like, it's going to be a double cross-up, but it wasn't.
No, that's just unfortunate. Really unlucky.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh,
Presses
you're
up
gonna press a
button.
Uy.
Okay. Yep. Spends that.
Wow,
Goes
pero
regular. Fenrich able to
el
throw
combo
out that
infinito en
scenario.
Joggle.
I love that. Spend the neutral.
Uy, bueno, doggy attack.
What did you hit?
Qué
Whatever it
uy,
was,
uy, uy,
Funky
el
Fall, cancelable, you're
combo.
experiencing heavy
La
damage.
burbuja en el medio y Fenrich se pone
That's
set
something we haven't
point.
seen in a minute, actually.
Yeah. That
Just raw call out with
raw
high
call
dodge.
out. Yeah, raw call out, high dodge there. And also, that last round was so good for Fenrich.
Bueno,
I
el
think that
salto,
maybe that was
pero-
input error for that super, but it kind of worked out anyway because Fenrich
Estaba
got
que
first hit
esperando.
and also took out ZZ out of SPG, right? And that's a huge combo into the
Jesus.
counter hit stand D there. And it's going to be maybe spend a bar here. He's not dead, but it's very, very close.
one
Look
more
at that, Mr. Optimal. That, you know, I feel like a lot of people don't realize how optimal Fenrich is. He is Mr. Optimal. And, you know,
Damn, he took Machibo's name?
dude,
Oh,
this
tre-
is Mr. Optimal. in
3-0.
there. And from, I remember when the analyst desk, the studio guys, they were talking about how, like, he has been looking unstoppable. Like, no sweat, no kind of like scenarios where it's like, maybe he's gonna lose. And that was an easy closeout of Fenrich going. Moving on to Saturday.
Sí, no, todo es FT3 aquí. Por demanda de Shanghai, se cambiaron las reglas del EWC a un FT3 en Fatal Fury. En Street Fighter no sé si se va a seguir siendo FT5.
Who's going to make it? Obviously, we're going to see the rest of the people qualifying. You know, 2 more matches today, and then the last 4 qualifiers for tomorrow. Is a lot of matches still when it comes to Fatal Fury Seed Wolves at EWC.
Let's talk about this pressure real quick from Fenrich, right? Like, this isn't something that's going to be anything extraordinary, really. That's something you're going to see throughout every single matchup. Every character is going to be experiencing the same exact destruction, and frame traps included. What is DJZ supposed to do about this, right? He has to rely on guard cancels, no?
He has been doing guard cancels, but the problem is guard cancel is so expensive. It costs 17% to just guard cancel DP, right? Just in general. So, and the thing is, it doesn't cause hard knockdown because it's a regular move and it's not rev. It's not a rev art.
That's right.
Right. So because of that, you know, you're able to kind of escape in those scenarios, and it's not really causing a threat. It's not doing anything to Fenrich to kind of stop his offense. But the one thing that I would say Fenrich's offense is so strong compared to other Kind players, he makes sure that if he hits you, it's going to really hurt. It's always the most optimal damage possible, right?
Si hubiese comido, porque no he comido todavía, no he tenido mi almuerzo. La comida, como decimos aquí. No he comido. Sí hubiese sido heavy un cafecito, pero no. Guay, cualquiera. Me quedará dinero por ahí para comprar hacer un cafecito ahí. Como me gusta.
Pretty similar trains of thought, pretty similar damage outputs, all considering it might be the Kind mirror match.
That's the crazy part.
King the Ball, el hombre que mandó a loser a.
How did these 2 players get here, right?
Al pobre de Dark Angel.
He qualified with Marco. Same thing with Kendevu. He did not qualify with Kind. He qualified with Hotaru, right? And now here, at least from their first matches that they played, right, in the group stage, they only played Kind so far. And I feel like this is a tough matchup for Kendevu because when you think about who Goichi trained with, who's the person that he only loses to, it's against Fenrich. So you would think that he would have the ultimate experience fighting against the most optimal Kind player out there in a mirror match.
There's, you know, we talk about like the generation of players that we have here on the stage, right? I feel like Kendevu would be accustomed to that, right? I feel like he stepped up to the challenge a bunch. Him switching over to Kind should be like a testament to that.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. I can see where you're coming with that, just because Kendevu's been playing like forever. He's been playing since 2002.
Dark Angel está en loser, Lupo, lamentablemente. Le dieron 3-0.
The player here that has probably the best defense out of the entirety of the group.
Yes.
But how much is that defense going to stack up against someone who's had decades of experience in a multitude of different fighting games that most people haven't even played or heard of before?
And also, I'm pretty sure Kendevu has played way more mirror matches than Goichi. From all the fighting games that he has played, right? So he does have the experience and everything. It just really comes down to how seasoned.
Si ves que estoy diciendo mucho, estuve muy tarde la noche en un torneo que tuvo John Shoryuken de Fatal Fury, y por eso que también ve que no estoy casteando mucho porque la garganta está fue medio jodón.
So he probably has more Kind lab experience compared to Kendevu, who just like freshly qualified.
Bueno, estoy Caín contra Caín, Goichi contra Kendevu.
Already off to a great start, Goichi.
Telling you, it's hard
Proving your comment right.
Oh, look at this. Oh, but the wild
the 5B getting destroyed. Ankles broken all over. But you know what? We like to uppercut.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you just gotta let it rip. The one thing that I think that showed me right there was like, in terms of the ground game right here, I think Kendevu will have a more.
Uy, ahí no se puede, Dios mío, eso no fue bueno ahí, Goichi.
It might have been an import error just doing rev dash, and trying to do like 2C afterwards. So it might have caught his input.
Super se acabó.
Okay,
not a bad recovery. Like you would think to yourself, like after 2 big wild punishes against you, you would think maybe like damn,
like it's over, right? The round's over, and that's the scenario. But the thing about Goichi, like you mentioned, Goichi, best defense probably throughout this whole entire tournament in general. So I feel like he's willing to just take the throw, willing to not flinch, and willing to kind of just block it out, right? Okay, Goichi still have SPG double rondo bait out on the flash.
Bueno, Goichi se llevó
That's
esta.
gonna be it, Goichi, game number 1.
I love the efficiency of the round ender too. He let the orb rock and it killed on the final hit.
Yes.
That is pretty efficient.
It is very efficient. I really want to see Kendevu pick Hotaru. I feel like he would have a much easier time, because like mirror matches in general,
Sure.
it's just so tough because
Ooh,
you know what the other
Martial
person how
launcher.
they would escape in
Well,
that scenario.
let me ask you, like, let's say Kendevu does happen to switch off to
Ooh.
Hotaru. What happens if Goichi switches off to Marco?
I don't think he would.
You don't think he would?
I like Hotaru
Really?
a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh.
Uy, uy.
Because that's the thing, like, he's getting these wild punish. He's winning, like, the whiff punish game, right? And I think, like, Kind's a character that...
Ah,
doesn't
estoy un
get-
cuaje, loco.
Like, he does get a lot.
No dormí
But
nada
when
anoche.
you have a character like Hotaru, she can do way more than
Tengo la
As you
Tengo
said,
la certeza de
Kendevu
que
still
si me-
locked down that
si-
round regardless,
He
without
did.
having to use too
sí,
much
de
time
que
for
cómo
the
me voy a
first
dormir.
time.
Nice.
Still managing to get like the dash forward into the fireball extender. That's actually mad tricky.
Oh my god, look at this. Kendevu doing good. Spends only 1 bar. I'm surprised he didn't do the double bar combo. And this time, he actually used the Rev Rondo, which is an interesting choice there. Because look at that. Now he's put himself in overheat because of that.
Whoop.
Yep. Dash attack right there with the Rev. Goes for the hard knockdown. Kendevu, he's going to break your guard if you don't wake up with something. And it's going to be broken. No, it's like a pixel. Uh-oh. Is it
This
enough?
isn't too bad though. This is not too bad for Kendevu. I think he's going to be big living. But he's going to be off of one more mix-up. It's off of the Rondo. Rev guard above.
Uh-oh.
Nothing to worry about below.
Yep.
There's the
Uy,
organic jam.
uy.
He tried to hyper defend.
No, that's so hard to hyper defense in that scenario right there. Okay, I like that.
Uy, yo sabía que se podía hacer eso.
Goichi, did you just do that? He hyper defense into guard cancel flash kick. That was insane right there. We're talking about
Perdió
defense.
Goichi ahí.
Still, Kendevu still just close out the round here. 1-1.
Absolutely wild to see it. But you're starting to see the relentless comebacks, the relentless pressure that both these players are under. Just
No, y es que yo no- no.
It's actually quite hilarious. But at the same time, you're starting to see the adaptations being made, right?
Yes.
Years and years, decades of experience, really starting to pull through for someone like Kendevu.
No, that production.
No, el torneo estuvo muy bueno. Y lo malo fue que hicieron reset. Y terminó casi a las 2 de la mañana el torneo. Entonces, yo no dormí nada porque a las 6 de la mañana tuve que levantarme para ir al dentista. Y cuando vine del dentista, yo me quería dormir, pero el EWC comenzaba a las 11. Y ya ustedes saben, el resto es historia.
Kind of wild to see it, man. It's been purely back and forth between these two competitors. And you know what? I feel like it's making the Kai mirror match a little bit more interesting.
No, dude, they are, especially like, I feel like Goichi in terms of like his offense or his defense, it's really been showing. But Kendevu just guessing right and winning kind of like the whip punish game, you could kind of like tell the 2 different styles that they both have. Okay, nice.
Goes on to see. And I love that jump reset out from the side of Goichi as well. Not being forced to handle the orb, not being forced to put himself into overheat.
Yes.
Right?
Uh-oh, and that's going to be it for Goichi right there. 2-1. Taking
Dos
the
o
win
tres.
in the scenario. And the thing is, this is
No, mira,
pretty
el torneo terminó a las 2. Yo terminé durmiéndome a las 3. Casi 4 de la mañana. Me levanté a las 6 a ir al dentista. Yo no he dormido nada. Yo estoy haciendo esto por guapo, ¿verdad?
We are completely fine here. Oh, okay. I like the neutral jump B. Again, they're using a lot of the Bs in general.
Yeah. A little bit of a safer approach.
Yeah,
right?
safer approach. Kind of like air to air in a lot of these things where it's like, okay, if I can air to air and knock you down, then it's my turn. And speaking of another guard cancel and defensive mechanics, Goichi
¿Ese torneo finaliza el top 8 o continúa finaliza completo? No. El torneo va a finalizar con los clasificados, creo que a lo de mañana. Lo de mañana no sé cuál es la temática de mañana, porque yo creo que son 16. Van a terminar el top 8 y el sábado es que es la final. Entonces, ¿cómo es que se va a jugar eso? No tengo idea.
lets it all hang out loose.
Both of them are in overheat state, so I think in
True.
this scenario, whoever can kind of lock down whoever each other first is going to be the victor. Goichi tried to let it rip. Kendevu was able to bait out, drops the combo. He thought maybe he could spend the rev, but the thing is he's still in overheat, but he cooled down anyway.
Uy, se...
Ooh, that's it. It should be enough.
Yeah, I
He's
think
out of overheat. He keeps
Wap-
out the orb.
oh,
He extend the combo
oh.
if need be, and it's the people's elbow coming on in there.
that was really crazy.
That was sick.
That was really sick. That was so sick because on both sides, like obviously Kendevu finished the combo. Goichi flash kicking through the super was really cool because it's like if Kendevu did dash. the flash
Ay,
kick
Dios mío,
would
señores, no
have
que yo
been
quiera, que
so
de
big
verdad,
shout to Kendevu for
el
just,
cuerpo ya me
realizing
está...
to chill out. Let the orb do the magic.
Yeah.
Okay, no guard cancel from the 2C in that scenario there from Goichi, just blocking it all. And the thing is, Kendevu, look at his rev, it's so high. So if he blocks 1-2C into super, he's an overheat, but he overheats himself in his own terms.
Ooh, not able to really extend off of the Rondo connection. But
La crema, me
I feel
estuve
like
ahí.
it's just more so to keep Goichi off from.
Oh
Getting hit
my
on
god,
offense,
that
that
was
was
so
sick.
sick for Goichi right there.
Goichi está
Defensive mechanics, just
2-1
defend,
sobre
able to just defend the
Kendevu.
fireball and the pop at the same time. Okay. Yes, using the 2A, the super, gets the guard
Tiene que
break.
hacerlo, tiene
Wow,
barra para
Goichi
hacerlo.
was able to smell that.
That was mad optimal too. Having the elbow be the one to break the glass and also be up close for the heavy continuation. Kendevu now a little bit under fire. The wild punish coming in from the jump D. Goichi. Man, that guy is feeling it. I have
Yo.
no idea
Dude, that guy was,
what
he's
he's
like,
going
oh
through
my
right now, but I'm glad
god.
I'm not that guy. I'll tell you what.
But the thing is, Kendevu does have bar all, but he's not going to be able to use the hitting gear at this point. Even from the, he has 2 meters. He has to rely on the double super combo now in this scenario. Okay. Yeah, spend the block.
Super.
Goichi keeping the pressure.
Uy, uy, uy.
Again, the early jump D doesn't get a combo from it, but it's kind of more like a stop sign. Kind of more like a
Brian,
I'm gonna
una
steal my
taza
turn in
de
this scenario
con
here.
agua,
Yeah, Kendevu
un
going
baño,
fire right now. He
una
has
ducha
to
breve y
okay,
manda a
well,
dormir
you know
con...
what? That entire statement down the drain as soon as Goichi
Yo quisiera, de verdad.
passed the offensive
Y mira
pressure.
que cuando
Gently
apagué el stream anterior, pensé agarrar y no volví a aprender, pero yo dije, no, hay que terminar la transmisión
Goichi is doing
completa.
early hop jump D, right? To kind of like stop Kendevu from pressing buttons, and it's been working so much because you don't get a combo from there unless it's a wild punish. Kendevu tried to retaliate, but Goichi stand blocked in that scenario and used his target combo, which is a 4-frame starter, to punish that jump in right there and able to go in the top 8 going.
Me estoy durmiendo,
He's
Dios
one of those
mío.
guys that's just like, when it comes to defensive decisions, nobody's on his level.
Not at all.
Nobody.
Not at all. We had prefaced that before the match even started. You had seen the highlights of it, which will probably be showing from the replay side. There are just so many defensive decisions that can come up in certain scenarios, and
Yes.
Goichi always happens to pick the one that yields the highest success rate.
Man, you know what's the crazy part? So obviously, so far we have Group A done, Group B done, Group C done. The top 3 players in the top 8 bracket so far, right? Three out of 4. These are the 3 players that were showing the dominance since day 1.
That is a fact.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
it's kind of crazy to see that the consistency still holds strong, still holds true, right? So it's really good to see, and I'm excited to see like what's their counters when eventually they possibly might fight against each other. You know, we're still gonna have like the fourth match from Group D, right? And that's gonna be another qualifier
Estoy
at that
tratando,
end right there. But
estoy tratando de estar
this match
despierto.
also kind of
Legal,
like
estoy tratando de estar despierto.
right? And Kendevu kind of like showed like even though he's played
Yeah.
fighting game since like 2000.
Déjame echarme un chin de agua en la cara.
Maybe even before that, he's still able to kind of like contest and play in like a high stakes like EWC, right? When it comes down to it,
Right.
this might be the biggest stage that he has participated in.
I think you might be right on that one because he has been in a pretty long hiatus away from competitive fighting games.
Yes.
I mean, it's not to say that he wasn't playing them. It's just a matter of him traveling out to them
Yep.
outside of Japan.
Yep.
Right, you can see the immense respect coming in from Goichi, holding Kendevu in such high regard to make that handshake happen. The reverence and the sportsmanship. Top notch and top class. Coming up next, RB versus Monk.
Yeah, and so I feel like because RB took down the Geo from his first match with Kine, we're probably going to see Kine against Monk, right? We're not going to see the Gato that RB did qualify with at Combo Breaker. And Monk, I mean, he qualified at the last spot. The last spot, right before
That's
EWC,
right.
he qualified in China, right?
The SNK Championship Series in Beijing.
Exactly. And he also, man, He eliminated me as CEO.
Yes, how you feel?
Yeah, he eliminated me.
Oh, no.
He's so good with this character. It's insane, right? I think the biggest difference that we're going to see here is how is RB going to handle someone that I would say is more just technical. Like the Geo, I feel like has a lot more instincts, right? But the Mach has all the safe jumps, all the different type of setups, and look at the crowd. You have Falcons are just cheering for Mach because technically, if you think about it, this is the last player that's still in winner's side.
True, that's right. Yeah, we have one more slot to fill to get ourselves halfway for top 8. Then the rest, it's going to be a bloodbath going in for tomorrow.
Oh my God.
It's going to be elimination
It's going to be
day.
insane. Elimination day, and then also qualifier day to set up the stage for our top 8 right here. But I'm really curious to see, like, is RB going to run the same game plan that he did against the Geo? Because it might not work against a person like Mach just because of just like, I feel like he has a lot more stuff in the lab. He has a lot more
Experience against Kind.
Right.
Right.
He has a lot more things where, like, if I knock you down, you can't do X, Y, Z.
In regards to the Hulk tomorrows we've seen today, I feel like in regards to execution and landing some of these safe jump setups, I feel like Mach has been the cleanest.
Yes, 1,000%. You're right. 1,000% the cleanest. But the thing about RB, the one thing he's really good at is he's also kind of like a wild, unpredictable player. So you don't know if he's gonna let it rip, if he's gonna guard cancel flash kick,
Yeah.
if he's gonna just wake up super, right? You can't really tell in this, especially with a character that can just do all these different type of tools. So it really comes down to like if Mach's able to kind of like read the pattern. And he was able to read Punko, right? Especially with his like kind of like command throws, but against a character like Kind in terms of like his offense able to smother a character like Hokutomaru, that's the hardest part. And we're gonna spend this bar here
100%.
and RB, look at the damage.
Can I be honest with you, Justin?
Yes.
It's as if I'm watching a video, a tutorial on how to maximize your damage with Kind.
Dude, they're
The way
so
RB is
good.
playing, dude, it feels that way right now.
Yeah. But the thing is, look at Mach catching the backdash right there, able to get the wild punish into the 2C, into the rev blow, and
What
the
a
backdash right
backdash
there.
read.
That's a hard read to do, right? Because the thing is, backdash does beat lows. But if Mach starts doing just close 5A will beat the backdash attempt.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of
Nice.
sense. But RB, again, being able to stay unpredictable both on offense and on defense. Very, very important, as you had mentioned.
Oh
This
my
is gonna be
God.
so destructive.
It's so
He might be
close.
dead. Overhead. No, it's going to be Rondo first. And waiting with the rev guard so patiently. He's willing to... Oh, spin the bar.
yeah, that was tough.
Man.
That was really good on RB's part, knowing that Mach has super suspend, right? He's like, okay, the only way for you to win here is if you let it rip, right? And he's able to call it out. RB was able to kind of like control, just like try to seal the deal right there. Look at that, catching the backdash attempt in that scenario. Okay, RB get the hard knockdown, sets a Rondo afterwards. Ooh, nice rev blow right there.
So the wild punish coming in from RB based off of that wake up flash kick, I should say.
Yeah.
Damn, on the other
Wow.
side. That close C just swinging a whiff.
Yeah, that's so interesting. To get that wild punish in the scenario, we're gonna go up. Yes, we're gonna get the max damage in the scenario. Again, look at that safe jump in that scenario, going for the low, and another one. But the thing is, RB was able to call out with the back, just forward dash out of the corner.
And that's so tough too. Kind being higher stature, I feel like you're susceptible to more of like the cross-ups and the really ambiguous stuff in the corner.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the character Hokutomaru, his jump B, it has such a big hitbox where literally the cross-up or non-cross-up can always hit no matter where. It's never gonna not hit. That's the thing.
Yeah.
This is going to be enough, actually. Mach's going to spend all the bar right here. Goes into level 1. 1-to-1 right there. I'm pretty sure the arena is going to go crazy where Mach just tied it up against RB. Man, I'm kind of like... Yeah, you see, look at the crowd. They're going hype. They're going hype. The green, the flags.
The camaraderie.
Yeah, it's so
It's kind
good.
of cool. Low-key, I think I might want to like maybe cheer on in that exact section here.
Yeah, it's sick.
Just to do it. Not
Yeah.
to show bias, but just to be like one with the crowd.
No, it's actually pretty cool. It's making me a huge fan, seeing just like so many people coming and watching the games just like cheer their player on, right? That's the really cool part, because the Falcons, I mean, they're the defending team champions. When you think
fair.
about it, right, from last year.
That's fair, yeah. looking into the gameplay itself, right, we're starting to see RB, I feel like falter a little bit more towards the speed that Mok is playing against, right?
Yeah, I think so as well too. And I think the one thing that RB does a lot, he likes to challenge with jumps or backdashes a little bit, maybe too much. And Mok's able to kind of like keep it tight, right? Oh, but the counter hit grabs out the mash rev blow though. There it is. But guard cancel right there. The thing is, that's 35% every time, and that's the reason why you're overheated. It's expensive. Okay, Sparks of Rondo again with the high dodge attack.
Punishment air as well, still within the juggle state.
Oh, again. Nice combo.
That was sick.
Yes, that was so good. Okay, good challenge right here. It's not going to be enough to kill from the 4-frame. What is RB going to do? I mean, if he gets a 2C, and Mok was able to cool down here, so he's going to probably
Okay, ya estoy.
maybe, I mean, close out the round. He did.
Ah.
He did.
Hits him with the mid-air.
The Shuriken?
Yeah, man.
Ya estoy despierto, estoy despierto.
I like the sounds that like Hope Tomorrow makes off with like the heavy shurikens.
Yeah, no, it's a really good sound effect right there.
Entonces, RB, esto está en el loser, creo que RB. Ah, no.
Right there against the wild punish from RB. Do we hit in gear or what are we doing? No, we're going for the hard knockdown. We want to get the
Wow.
wake up super on Mok's side. It's going to challenge in a scenario.
That was tricky on the same side as
No,
well.
no,
Talked about the
yo estoy aquí ya, yo no me fui a dormir. Yo fui a echarme agua, entonces después hubo un lío aquí en la casa porque la perra de la casa
Oh
desapareció
my God, again, the wild
y estábamos
punish
buscándole, tuve que ponerme a buscarlo.
because Mok's really, the one thing that he
Y fue que la perra se fugó por la puerta de adelante, se
he's
fue para el
calling out
patio.
these throws. Every time there has been a throw attempt, even if it's from Punko or RB so far, he's hop jumping through them, right? Because the thing is, it's so scary to throw people in this game because what if they backdash? What if they hop jump? Then you just lose 50% of your
Hop
life
jump.
every single time. These see, the reason why Mok's getting these throws because he's going for these hop jumps. He's going for these 50-50s where it's hard for RB to make a decision.
Yeah, and even when he lets off the gas, he waits on players' intuition to throw out some of these 2Bs or 5Cs.
Yeah.
5Cs.
Yes.
Bueno, Mok
Look at that Mok just like that with his
dándole
just
la
with
madre a
that
RB.
tight offense. He's at match point. Literally one round away to give Falcons somebody into the top 8.
That's a pretty huge statement to make. Oh, he's banking on RB trying to delay buttons
Yeah,
now.
delay buttons, maybe even go for a throw attempt in that scenario. Oh, there it is. That's the one thing where Kind players hate when fighting against Kokomo. Can't use projectiles. Anytime you see a projectile on the screen, it's a guaranteed rev teleport.
And what a run under against the second jump from the side of Mok.
Okay.
RB now laying it down. A couple of heavies running wild. We get the double fireball, make it a third. People's elbow into the flash kick. Let me get the kick super.
Yes.
Set up Rondo.
Set up the Rondo like you said, but misses the flash kick right there, but gets the dash under to get the trip guard scenario.
Man.
Still alive. RB, can he tie it up 2-2 here? SPG. Oh my God, that SPG is gone.
Out of there. Crumbled before my ambition. Set up the Rondo. Jumping out of the way is Mok. No longer having to fear the mix-up. Now he's on the offensive, but RB multiple backdashes just to reset the momentum.
Yeah, makes. Ooh, I like the air-to-air, and also the dash on it. That is the optimum punch. That's how you punish that rev teleport right there. And just like that, RB 2-2, and that's
Bueno,
that's
RB.
not an easy thing to do,
Not at all.
right? Because that rev
Empata.
teleport is fast.
2-2.
It's fast. It's also plus on block. You can combo afterwards. So the fact that he was ready with his forward dash and getting the close D, that was godlike because he got the optimal punish as well too.
Yeah, you have to make sure that you're in the right position at first to make that call.
Yeah.
Right? If you're too far out, you're dashing right into the follow-up attack.
Yes.
So knowing full well when to utilize that tactic, and I've seen that Twitter clip before. I've had it bookmarked for weeks now. You had to, again, put yourself in the right position at the very beginning. And that is very, very impressive.
Yeah. The one thing I would love to see Mok do a lot more, we haven't seen too much, he's been using a lot of stand Cs. I want to see more stand D. Stand D feint puts him in a scenario where he's +3 on block. So I feel like there's a lot of times where you kind of like stand D, feint, walk up, stand D, feint again. Just kind of like steal turns and also crank up the rev gauge because
Yo que se va a dormir como Gary de una vez, yo no me voy a dormir.
so much rev
Ya,
in
yo me
the
desperté.
that might help you in future scenarios.
Ya,
where you can put him
señores,
potentially in
créanme que estoy, que no he dormido nada.
I
We're
thought
gonna
he
see
might
here.
have been doing that, like maybe in the earlier stages of this set. Like maybe he could start to use it a little bit more, right? But it's just a matter of catching Mok on the ground first.
Yes. Uh-oh, here we go. Nice. Mok's doing a great job right here. Gets the hard knockdown into the rev blow. Again, look, he tried to catch the backdash, but RB did not bite, and that's why he's able to. Oh, I'm surprised he pressed the button. I thought he blocked that.
Oh, and it's crumbling all before RB.
Same jumps, man.
He's got to be feeling really great, at least securing that round in that fashion.
Yes.
Forcing RB to crumble.
Oh, again, surprise into a wild punish though. Oh no, he dropped the combo. He pressed sweep instead of standing D. That's unfortunate, and that's huge because he takes him out of SPG here. Plus frames in the scenario. Okay. Again, using the pressure of the stand C feint. Again, that's plus frames, and RB had to make an executive decision of just letting it rip.
Right.
Okay, nice.
Uy, buena.
Just defending the rest of that orb, getting some of that life back.
Uh-oh, but look at the overheat, and he's plus frame there. Yeah, he's gonna heartbreak here. He can't stop that. Oh, but that's actually not too bad. Mock's willing to take this because now he's back on cooldown. He didn't take too much life in that scenario. That's huge. Spend level 1. Yup. Guess for game here. It's gonna be empty jump low. Oh no, it's standing low, catching the backdash.
Eso fue malo ahí de él. Él teniendo la oportunidad no lo pudo hacer. Xiao fue a cobrar.
That was such a call out against RB's backdash. Good eye just also more impressive on the side of Mock, right? He did a normal where the active frames wouldn't come out in time to catch the character standing.
Yes.
That was actually the big seller.
That was so good, right? Like the fact that Mock's offense, he just kept it tight the whole entire time and was able to just kind of like not give RB so many opportunities to do wake up flash kick, wake up supers, like not much, right? The only way you would have been able to stop that is if you did like just defend, guard, cancel into 0 frame, which is not easy to do.
No.
And because of that,
not at all.
Mock, right? Because of that, Mock winners in getting that spot. Also, Team Falcons on the board.
Very impressive showing. I'm telling you, man, Mock easily one of the cleanest Hook Tomorrows that we could expect. Not even just at EWC, but in the realm of Fatal Fury currently. And we're starting to, man, really start to shake up the standings in regards to what top 8 is looking like with our first 4 competitors.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to see a lot more matches tomorrow. Obviously, there's going to be eliminations, and there's going to be qualifiers. But that's going to be all the matches for today.
It's wild that it's already been this far out into today's competition. But this is just a sample, right? Like, this is the current standings of where the players are at mentally on an executional level and in terms of the character variety, right? We came in with our expectations. There have been a couple of surprises, but I can guarantee you going into the next couple of days of action, you'll be seeing a lot more surprises with some of these players and interactions.
Yeah, I want to see more matches. I'm excited for tomorrow because, you know, these players that are in it, you know, these players that are in the lower bracket, they're gonna go to sleep thinking, my life is on the line. I have nothing. I cannot lose one more match. Like, if I win the next next 2 matches, or even the next 1 match, right? Everything resets.
Truly.
Everything is back to square one. Even the people that did qualify, right? Because it's going to be a first to 5 single elimination.
¿Para qué ponen a la mujer de Xiao? Esa mujer lo que anda buscando los cuartos ahí.
More matches, more sweaty games, and also just more of the players.
Yeah, and with everything in terms of the research and the characters that have been set in stone, I want to see what the adaptations are going into the next round of eliminations and qualifications, right? So in that regard, we're going to save it all for tomorrow, and instead we're going to throw it down to the stage host to finish up our day 1. Take it away, Rob and Milos.
And that is how you kick things off right here with Fatal Fury at EWC. That was absolutely insane. And officially, we went through all of our first winner side matches. How ridiculous was that, Milos?
I mean, overall, we had some incredible games today, I have to say. And this does guarantee, especially with our final 4 matches, for players that move up through the upper bracket and just get a day off. Tomorrow, they make it over to Saturday, and that's Xiaohai, Fenrich, Goichi, and as you saw in our final matchup, Mock.
How about that? Xiaohai versus Chris G. That was absolutely ridiculous. We know that Xiaohai's the favorite here, at least on paper. Even though the game, as they say, is not played on paper, he is living up to the hype so far. That said, I am hyped for you guys to make sure you are sticking around after this, because we're going to be getting straight to the EWC opening ceremony. We've got Dino of 17, we've got Duckworth, and of course, the Word Alive, and even more. You guys do not want to miss it. Stay right here.
There's a lot of action coming to us and to you.
Sí, esa tipa es linda, sí.
Tomorrow here,
La
Freedom
mujer
Fury
deseado.
Esports World Cup.
Y se
But
parece
for now,
colmadero.
I think we
Pica
should all
pollero.
bask in the light. That's been all from myself, Milosh, and of course, Mr. Rob Holiday, TV, Hollywood TV. We have more action coming for you. Let's kick it off and end our day. EWC starts just now.
¿Qué? ¿Ya pasó? Sí, brinca ahí, mujer, porque tú lo que andas buscando tu cuarto. Lo terminó por hoy. Pa, para, pa, para.
Fan.
Yeah.
He's my favorite player of all time. Dallas Cowboys quarterback. He played a lot of D-line against Tony Romo. Chased him a lot, beat the Cowboys a lot. And
Ok, yo creo que ya se fue.
So it's kind of like, you know, a little bit of beef between us. But I didn't fight for the team. But if the Cowboys
Creo que ya se acabó entonces.
So, you know what I mean? So,
They haven't won in a long time. It's been a long,
brother,
long
you don't got to tell me. I already know this, man, okay? 30 years.
Tyler's brought the guns as well to this as well, so a little bit intimidating right now.
Yeah, I need to go to the gym. I need to go to the gym.
But I will say this, though, Ian, since I've been here, I have noticed those similarities.
Yeah.
It's not really as different as most people think. The things that are necessary to win in the E-games are the exact same things that are necessary to win on the
Bueno, ya pasó lo de Fatal Fury. Déjame hacer double check con... A ver si John...
Hay más juegos hoy, sí, pero no de peleas. Ya GG's torneos. Eso no jala. Pura collab con influencer. Es el next level.
Bueno, parece que sí, se acabó. Entonces, señores, bueno, muchas gracias por quedarse conmigo hasta el final de este en vivo. Ya lo que siguen ya no serán los juegos de pelea, van a ser yo creo que los shooters. Así que, nada. Esto fue Game and Wrestling. Juego bueno. Sí, Nick Dog. Sí. No te voy a decir nada. Pero gracias por pasarte por aquí. Nada, señores, muchas gracias por quedarse hasta el final. Dijo Nick Dog en el peor de sus viajes. Oye, loco, tú no tienes ni un chiste de respeto por lo que el otro hace, pero está bien. O sea, se te quiere igual. Nada. Pasen feliz resto de la tarde. Esto fue Game and Wrestling. Y se despide Brian. Ah, señor, Dios le bendiga.